Hello, freshmen. It's Mrs. FB, and I am going to take you through how to find some resources for your freshman world history research project. You were scheduled to be in the library on Wednesday, but since we have a teacher planning day instead, we're going to give you this video tutorial. There are a few videos for you to watch and some questions to answer, and hopefully that will give you all the information you need to get started on your research. But afterward, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me or Mr. Lum. We're happy to help you. We want to make sure everything's clear for you. So I'm going to start by taking you to the library page. Just a refresher of how to get there. You can go under the Academics tab. The Academics tab, Clark Library. And then when you get to this page, you're going to go here to the Click Here for Information button, and that takes you to the library's main page. We're going to be looking today specifically at a research guide. It's called a libguide, and we have created them, as you can see, for quite a lot of different subject areas. You're going to go under history, obviously, and then this world history freshman link is the one that you want. So when you click there, you will see this is the page that has Mr. Hernandez's assignment on it. And I'm pretty sure you already have that on your Canvas, but we just posted it here for you to have it here as well. So how we set up these libguides, there's a books tab. This is for all the subject areas in the school. We set them up pretty much the same. A books tab, a databases tab, a websites tab, a multimedia tab, which as you can see from that little hover over pop-up is DVDs, podcasts, and videos, and then citation tools. And for this project, we added topic ideas, although I think you mostly have your topic ideas, but you may still find some information there. So this particular video, we're going to be talking about the books tab, and I'm going to take you there now. When you look at the books tab on the right-hand side, you see featured books from our library. These are actual published books made of paper. I know it's a crazy idea, but we highly encourage you to use these old-fashioned books because they have some great reference material for you and a lot of help in finding the information you need quickly. You have a table of contents in every book. A table of contents will give you quick reference to where you will find what it is you're looking for. Okay, so use the table of contents. They also usually have an index in the back. An index is a more specific breakdown of where you find things in the book. So if you're looking for one particular name of a person or a place, for example, you can look that up. It will tell you the exact page that you need to go to. And then many books also have glossaries in them. A glossary is like a dictionary, but focused on one particular book and the words from that book. So those three pieces of useful information can really help you when you're doing a research project and make it go really quickly. If you want to find out if we have a book on your topic, you can just come over here to this Clark Library section and you can type, for example, Berlin Wall in there, click keyword, and a new window will pop up with the books that we have in our library about the Berlin Wall. Okay, so for example, you'll see that some of them fall in the 943 section. This one's a DVD. You can even watch a DVD. And then you would have to go to that section on the shelf to find your book. Notice that they have different letters after them, so you will want to pay attention to that, maybe even write those down before you go over to the shelf because there can be a lot of books. But if these two books about the Berlin Wall are in the 943.1 section, probably other books in that section are going to be as well. But it's not the only section you might go to. You might go to 973.922. You might go to 909.825. So there are a lot of different places you can go and a lot of different books on many, many topics. Not every single topic you're going to be looking for, but many. Okay. The other kind of books we have here are ebooks. E stands for electronic, of course. This is part of our Gale suite. So if we go into the Gale ebooks, we say no thanks if that little pop-up comes up. Here we have the Gale symbol. We have all of these different collections over here. So we have ebooks on all of these topics, and we have different numbers of them. So in our history section, for example, we have 17 different ebooks, but we really might have a lot more individual books than that, because many of these are books in a set. So like a set of encyclopedias about a particular time in history, like the American Decades, for example, is a multi-volume set. It's really great that we have access to these because we might not be able to afford to get them all. But this way you have access to them. You want to think about not only going to the history section, but are there any other sections that might fit with your topic? For example, if you're doing the atomic bomb, science might be important to you. If you're doing the Crusades, looking in the religion section might be important to you, okay? But we're just going to go, first of all, to the history section. And we're going to start there, and we're going to search Berlin Wall. I've already searched it today, so that's why it popped right up. When I get to the Berlin Wall section, I have 46 ebooks that have something, or 46 ebook entries that have something to do with the Berlin Wall. For example, I have this book right here, Germany and Berlin. It's in the Cold War biographies. It's 24 pages long. So it's not the entire book or the entire series. It's just 24 pages of it. There's one from that same series on John F. Kennedy. And then there's this other series called Western Colonialism, more from the Cold War biographies. American Decades. Now, you also may want to think, I know you're doing world history here, but many of these world history topics will have something to do with the United States, so you may want to take a look at that as well. But let's just pull this John F. Kennedy entry. Let's say we wanted to look at that one. A couple of things that I want to point out to you. First of all, you can cite this entry by just clicking on that cite button. I'm going to show you where that was one more time, right up here under the quotation marks. So you click cite, then you can copy that, and then, so you can right click it and click copy, or you can do Control C, and then you go to your Google Doc. I have this practice works cited here, and you can paste it. Pasted it down below there. I had another one there already, so we'll clean up this a little bit here. So now it has this entry, and if you notice back here, there's this hanging indent, which I'm sure you remember about. The hanging indent didn't copy over, okay? So I'm going to teach you how to do a hanging indent the big kids way. I'm sure that many of you are used to pressing the space bar a whole bunch of times to make something move, okay? But we are going to do it a different way now. We're going to do it the way that we do in high school. And I can do both of these entries at once, so I actually don't want this extra space in here, okay? I want to make sure that this is double spaced, so I'm going to go to this one right here, the line spacing. Everything is already double spaced. I can select it all just to make sure everything is double spaced. I need to have my font in Times New Roman 12 so I can get that fixed up. And then here's how you do the hanging indent. You're going to take all your, you're going to select all your entries. You're going to go, and you can do it one at a time or all at once, your choice. So I could just select one at a time, or one at a time, or I can do them all at once. Okay. I'm going to drag my triangle over to 0.5, that's a ½ inch, and then I'm going to drag my rectangle to 0. And you can see now I have my hanging indent there. Okay. There's also one other thing that Gale does. I've already fixed this one, but right here you see that https:// you can see that is on the beginning of their link, and that is not part of MLA 8, so we're going to delete that. Okay. The accessed part is up to your teacher to decide. I don't think Mr. Hernandez is going to have a problem if you leave it there. He may want it on all of them, so if it doesn't automatically go there, you'll need to put it. You can see that right here, I've already deleted the https://. So that's how we do a works cited the right way. Super easy. However, if you are using an iPad, that little trick I just showed you is much more difficult. It can be done, but it's more difficult. So what Mr. Lum and I recommend is that you get all your works cited entries copied and pasted, and then go to a desktop or a laptop and go ahead and do all of your formatting at once. You don't have to do it that way, but trying to do the hanging indent on the iPad if you're using Google Docs is challenging. If you're using Word on your iPad, not bad. Okay, so that is what I have to tell you about using the books. And if you have any questions, please be sure you let me or Mr. Lum know about that, and we will try to get you rolling in the right direction. Okay? Thanks.